Well, you kind of causing a disturbance. You kind of.
No, he was outside. Exhibiting free speech.
Oh,
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Okay. He doesn't have to.
He's town administrator.
You guys live in town?
I don't have to answer that question.
All right. Well, do you have town business?
I'm conducting my business right now, man.
Okay.
So what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to answer any questions, so I'm not engaged in a crime.
Yeah, no.
I'm not engaged. And like you said, it's kind of a disturbance.
Yeah, yeah.
The First Amendment can't be converted into a crime, right? Me filming, which is making him run around the building and refuse to answer our questions.
Yep.
Me engaging in free speech can't be converted to crime. So if I say you're a jerk because you are a jerk, if I say you're bad at your job because you're bad at your job, that's not disorderly, man.
Nope.
We're not engaged in any crimes.
Okay.
You're doing business.
You're getting loud.
We weren't.
Yeah, okay.
We were speaking
And that's why I'm here.
Right.
Is to keep it from getting to that.
Well, we were.
Well, I think we're in good shape. Chief,
Okay, sir.
how you doing, Chief?
Doing well, thank you.
Right.
We're in good shape
Yeah.
because you came here, you asked some questions, we answered them civilly, which is far more than what this gentleman was willing to do when I simply asked if he worked for the building. So we're always going to be more professional, LT, than this gentleman standing next
He's
to you.
nodding, which is more.
It's an excellent job. Keep up the wonderful work. Your city thanks you.
Obviously, you can see that we're carrying firearms.
Just knees and below. Knees and below. You a quick pat down,
I'll
Chief,
show
real
you.
quick?
Go ahead.
Can I? All
Cell
right.
phone, cell
All right.
phone.
All right.
There you go.
You look good, Chief. Oh, man, LT, you should be proud.
Oh my God!
I used to work out.
That was the first visit. Let's see what happened today. We have reasonable articulable suspicion and probable cause to believe you have engaged in a crime. At this point, you're being detained. You put your hands behind your back, please.
Don't hurt me.
Interlace your fingers.
Okay. These aren't gonna feel nice.
You're not supposed to, man. Maybe next time you can
See, I'm never gonna want to. Never.
better behave. All right, I'll walk you over to Paige here.
They keep.
That's sorry, the
So
fence.
you just call it a cage.
See, I can't help it. All right. Now throw the book at her and leave her for the weekend. You want to get a beer?
You didn't post it. I can walk.
How did?
I'm supposed to look trapped.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to record one when you presented to you by the court. Do you understand the Miranda rights that I read them to you today?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take, well, Chief is going to assist me in taking off the cuffs. We're going to take some fingerprints. As long as you comply, this is going to go much easier. We'll call Dale Bonds and get you out of here.
These cuffs don't come off.
Yes, Chief.
Wait, I.
Hey, is the town administrator here? I didn't think he'd be here. Is he running down the street abandoning ship like you did last time? Is that a yes or a no, Sharon?
She's gone mute.
Well, yeah, last time we were here, I'm sure you remember, he ran out the building down the street and then called the cops on us for exercising a constitutionally protected activity. He doesn't seem to be here quite often. It seems like he's not here more than he's here. A lot of disturbing things that we found, and none of those disturbing things are actually accredited to the police. It's accredited to the town manager, Scott Butcher, whose only job role really is to butcher the United States Constitution. We've been to the Brookline Town Hall in New Hampshire 3 separate times now, all in the beginning of the week, and on those 3 times, 2 of which he was not present, and another he actually ran away, abandoned ship, and his responsibilities to the citizens and his employees. We went there today and not much has improved. The administrative assistant is still closing blinds and windows and refusing to assist the public while they're continuously getting more money. In fact, for a small town with only a few thousand residents, the executive budget for salaries has gone up $25,000. That means that this town manager is making just over 160 grand to violate your rights, while the police are doing everything they can to actually uphold them. The Brookline PD has gotten a lot of calls from folks telling them what a great job they did in the last video. They should get some calls letting them know what a great job they did in this video, upholding our rights, so the town manager's office could not strip them. We're working with them currently to do a ride along so we can take you behind the scenes, enjoy the whole video, and that's the reason I stopped you today. What's going on, guys? We're back at the Brookline Town Hall in Brookline, New Hampshire. You may remember the Brookline Town Hall because of this. Cops came, wanted information. Town administrator abandoned ship. See if they're more professional today. Hello. Good afternoon. Bet she's not in today. He's never here. We did a records request on Sharon before.
What can I do for you?
Hey, is the town administrator here?
He's not here right now.
I didn't think he'd be here. Is he running down the street abandoning ship like you did last time? Is that a yes or a no, Sharon?
She's gone mute.
Well, yeah, last time we were here, I'm sure you remember, he ran out the building down the street and then called the cops on us for exercising a constitutionally protected activity. He doesn't seem to be here quite often. It seems like he's not here more than he's here.
Oh, he pulled her away in there.
Yeah, he's saying don't make yourself look stupid. Don't make yourself look stupid like you did last time. It's probably what he's saying to Sharon over there.
Notice when she.
Oh, this is, look, you can hear right through it. Oh, he's saying the auditors are here. Secrets are no fun. He's on the phone with someone saying the auditors are here. Oh, the auditors are here.
Maybe if we knock a little bit. Oh, I know.
Hi,
Hello, we meet again.
how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Awesome.
Town administrator's not here today either, huh?
I know he was in earlier, but he had some meetings, but I don't keep track of his schedule.
He's
I
not.
love that you're matching. Like, did you
With
plan
the
that?
phone?
No, I didn't. Am I really?
Yes.
She was so nice last time. I remember being over here and just being like, oh, it's so much nicer than being over there. I think he's not here more than he's here.
He does have a lot of meetings. He goes a lot of places.
How much money does he make?
I don't know, but I do know that would be publicly
record,
available.
yeah.
I would say check out the.
Do a records request, yeah.
Well, you don't even have to do that. You can just look it up. You see the bookcase right there, the white bookcase?
Yeah.
The town report is in there from last year.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you.
You're so wonderful.
So that way, you've got all the information at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Literally. Thank you.
She's so nice.
I know.
If I can't find this pretty quickly, though, I'm going to do a records request. No, that's fine. I can just go like that. I think I should put it work anyways. Tax impact, estimated revenue, budget of town of Brookline, 35.
Poor Sharon wasn't such a Karen. And then, this is information like
She doesn't want to let us do a records request.
Of course.
All right, here we go.
Does it have his in there?
Can't find it. Huh.
If you get stuck, come back, I'll help.
Oh,
Thank you.
I entered the confusion.
I was at the.
Oh, here. No, I
Budget.
think you're. Oh, yeah, you're at the budget.
Yeah. And
It
I
might be
really
under
don't
administrative.
remember.
I'm sorry. Well, that's expenditures, isn't it? What does it say right there?
Expenditures, yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna read. No, hold it up. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to
That's okay.
spread out as much as possible.
Expenditures. expenditures.
So we want budget. Oh, hang on a second.
You take it. You take it.
All right, let's see. all right, let's see.
Here you go.
Reports. We want.
you.
We want. I don't usually look at it this way. Now that I work for the town, for a town, I've been working for more than one over the years. Let's see.
Well, a lot of them could use a little bit of help from you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Statement. Nope. We're looking for the budget. Oh, here we go. 22. Proposed for 23. Okay, here we go. We're really close. Planning, zoning, executive. Okay.
Do we find it? It's like we're hunting for treasure.
I feel like we are a little bit.
Except we don't get any money, they don't.
Well, it's just like I know that my salary's in here too. Everybody's salaries are in here. Just they may be.
Well, I hope you're making enough.
She should be making more.
That's very kind of you. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's in here for the executive, like.
That's what
But
I'm
I'm
saying.
looking. Yeah, but I'm looking. But it doesn't have.
Usually, is there a separate index for salaries? Because usually it's right in budget.
It's like right in the front of the budget usually. Of course, I'm feeling like the camera's on me, and so of course, like
I could turn it away
the
from
moment.
you.
I'll point it at him.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just when somebody's watching you, everything like you can't go fast enough.
No, you're going faster than I would if I were looking at the thing.
Here's what I'm gonna do, anyways.
Um.
Could I please borrow this pen here? And bring
Sure.
it
You
right
can.
back?
You don't have to bring it back. You can keep it.
I'm gonna bring it back. It's from the Crown Plaza.
See?
Fancy.
I walk around. I leave pens everywhere I pick up.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna give Sharon one of these anyways.
I can look.
You got it?
See where it says, okay, I'm reading upside down, so you're gonna have to give me a second here. Office salaries right here.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be office salaries, and right now that would include the town administrator, and, because this is the Sharon's salaries, the select board administrative assistant.
Okay.
And I think it also includes our new part-time administrative assistant.
So is
who
his
started partway through
specific
the year.
salary there?
No, it's a lumped
No,
in.
it's like
Okay.
a lumped in sum.
All right, so I wanna.
Thank you. Yeah, that
what's
does
the
help.
office salary?
So it would be here. See, this is how much was
Yeah.
spent in 2022, or proposed. This is how much was spent, and this is how much was proposed to be spent in 2023.
Oh, they want another 26 grand, huh?
Well, we hired a part-time,
A new person, right.
Yeah.
right, and he started, I want to say, partway through the year, maybe July.
Okay.
So I think I'm
But
gonna
he's
do
fabulous.
records request anyways, so that way I can get his specific and Sharon's specific. Yeah, perfect. She's the best, isn't she? All right, we'll do it on Scott's business card here.
Digitizes almost everything.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you're like me, but I love holding a book and reading. I like there's.
that paper,
Well,
that smell of the paper.
It's not the same. Like I get tripped up. I have to keep reading back. Like when it's digitized, I'm like I can't focus. I can't function. But if it's a good old book, I can read it. No problem. Thank you. I will take this and I will look it over.
All right,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
We get to keep it.
Awesome.
I have to roll in it a little bit.
That's okay. Of course, they put it in a lump sum because they think that, a ton of people are employed under that section when there's only like 3, maybe 4. Changes perspective a little when you realize,
Okay.
So we can't give that to Sharon.
I gotta give it to Sharon.
Oh, she's not here.
She's gonna have to be here. I got a records request I need to turn in, so I appreciate y'all hiding from the camera, but I'm gonna need Sharon to come collect this records request. All right, Sharon, here's the records request. I'm looking for the dates of employment and salary for you and Scott. All right?
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. Y'all have 9 business days.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Unless you want to tell me what your salary is.
That would save time.
Because I got the office salaries. If you tell me yours, I can just deduct it and figure out Scott's. Let's go. Let's all go hide in the back room.
Oh my god.
Oh, this town hasn't learned one bit. Oh man, they called. I think they might have called the police. They called someone saying the auditors are here.
That's very silly.
The Americans with the cameras are here. It's so funny that we treat her very wonderfully because she's treated us very wonderfully.
I've even tried to be very nice with Sharon. Did you hear me say pleasings and thankings?
Yeah.
Because I did.
You did.
I know.
You guys looking for anything else in particular?
No, we gotta do some more business downstairs.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much for being so helpful.
Yeah, you are absolutely wonderful.
Very good.
This area right here is under 24-hour surveillance. I saw the sign.
And it opened up your eyes?
Well, they were already open. Thank you.
This guy's either running away from the building or he's not in the building. That's what's normally happening here.
Hold the door open for this young lady here. There you
The
go.
food pantry. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, small space.
I told you what I was doing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Historical calendars.
Right here, how many did you do?
2. Repeat after that.
Someone is having a delicious lunch.
This person was nice last time. That's the guy that was upstairs. But he's also the one that's on the phone, I think, saying, oh, the auditors are here.
And what color is it?
Blue.
I gotta check and see if the last time we were here, if all these cameras were here.
I don't think so.
Like one behind you, too.
I never noticed them before.
Well, 40,000.
And I believe this was the hallway where, yeah.
And can I see that?
Yeah, I don't remember my license number.
Oh, because I have that on you, I'm sorry.
And
Okay, I have
Meet
to
the
search
town
into
clerk.
my
Yeah,
my
just please.
Nice
system.
last time.
Yep,
so let me put it real quick.
and then you can keep this, I won't need it again.
Just realized NHL,
Yeah?
National Hockey League, right?
Ah, look at that.
This has address.
You gonna try
So
to
don't
open
get
that
this.
too?
I wish. Okay,
Perfect,
should be
thank
good. You
you.
still need this?
I'm all set with that, because I
Okay.
have that on here now.
We met her before. She was super nice. Look at the taxes going up each year. See?
I was already
2780,
looking at it.
2858. You need more taxes to pay him more money.
Perfect, it's available.
Okay, awesome.
You look at the municipal though.
So it
it's
goes
actually less
first
this
to
year
the
than it was 2
DMV,
years
right?
ago.
And they send to
Or the
you.
past year.
So I'm going to give you a cardboard plate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can put it in a Ziploc or packing tape,
Okay.
and then
Attach.
and then they're gonna mail it. Yep.
better
and you
than
can put it on the
education.
back of the vehicle.
Okay.
And then they're gonna mail
Gotta pay
you
this guy
2
more.
plates,
Kids
one
can
for
take the
front,
hit.
one for the back.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Do I have to attach it outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
The outside
I have
back.
to.
Yes.
I'm thinking that I will keep using until they send me this Texas plate. No, it's not
No,
not
because
good
that
idea.
won't be legal.
Ah, won't be legal. Okay.
No.
All right. Gotcha. Will do. Will do.
All right. Take care. You too.
Feels like such a small hallway too. Gotta kind of set the camera up just so.
Brookline helped this guy go to Australia.
Oh, that's very nice.
I'm not sure how or for what.
Well, he might have been going to become a highly trained dingo handler.
There's your total.
Okay. That's for the year, right?
Yes. for both.
Okay.
There'll be a $30 service charge and all checks returned to the town of Brookline. Not cool.
That is not cool.
250th merchandise blowout sale.
Can I get pay with credit card?
Cash or check?
Cash or check? Okay.
Yes.
That I didn't plan for. So let me.
Do you want me to put this all together?
Can I bring the check then later? To what is it? You guys open until
We're
2?
until 2.
Uh-huh. Should be good
Yeah.
if I have a checkbook. If not, how do I get cash?
You'll have to go to one of the bank machines.
No, I mean I have it on a debit card, but I don't think it will allow me to withdraw more than. Yeah, I should have checkbook.
Okay.
So can I keep it here or?
Yes, I will put all this together.
I'll come back before 2 p.m.
Yes.
then. Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll just hold the cart for you and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yep, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, that's yours.
Well, you can take this if you want, for your wife to read
Oh,
it.
can I take that
I'm gonna make-
email from Chase? Ah, you will
I'm
give
gonna
it
make
back to me.
photocopies of everything
Okay.
and I'll make sure you get your
Because
stuff
they
back.
asked me also to reach out for DMV. All right, I'll be back.
yes.
Thank you.
So it's very scrap
This lady
woody.
was very nice. That's who-
Don't make fun of me.
No problem.
She was very nice last time.
How can we help?
Do you remember us?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, good. We were so nice to you last time, and Scott was so mean to us. I noticed he wasn't in the office today, and it seems to be a trend that he's not in the building more than he is. He's either just not here or he's running away from his responsibilities down the street. So I was just wondering, like, is he normally here? Like, what, like...
Yes, but sometimes he has to leave for meetings.
Okay.
So that might be, we are different floors and different things, so I
Yeah.
don't keep track.
Did you see the last video with Scott?
I did, yes.
You did? And you came, people were loving you. You folks down here, they were loving the planning board.
That's true.
They were like,
Oh, yeah.
that's a great thing. Like, someone can even be a jerk, but everyone else still looks really, really well. Do you think?
Is that one new? That tattoo?
No,
Oh, I remember that one.
I've had all these. I might have been wearing a sweatshirt last time.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I got them all over the place.
Well, that was just so bright.
gonna say,
Maybe
that's-
I know.
why I noticed.
It's so bright.
Oh, married?
We
Pointing the ring out.
we went to the chapel.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now you did very well, Scott. Not so much. Was there any training conducted to the employees afterwards?
I'm not sure.
Well, they didn't really need it. There was only one employee of the town that needed training that day, and it was Scott.
I'm not sure.
What do you think? He could have done a little bit better. Well, sometimes you could say things without saying things. So
It's in the eyes.
I think.
You know?
Oh, someone's. I think was this someone.
There
here
was
trying to wait
someone.
to do
She was
something?
like
Is there someone
waving.
waiting?
I think there was. Oh, go ahead.
she
Yeah, there's
said
someone
she
here, so we'll come back. We'll let them.
Thank you.
I don't want them to have to wait. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Wonderful job. You guys did phenomenal, and you saw that too. The people saw that. They really enjoyed you.
You enjoy your day.
You as well.
Now the real test is, does the card look good? Can I get a come on up here. Pat, you'll help.
They are so helpful in this office.
Yes, they
You
are.
leave with a notarized thing and a smile.
I know.
Women are the best.
Phenomenal.
women on earth.
Phenomenal. The town manager was, ooh, but thankfully I can come to the town here and speak to the town clerk's office and the
Saving
tax
grace.
collector. Wonderful people.
Town
So
manager
lucky.
is a little sketchy.
He was very, very sketchy.
Yeah.
He treated us very, very poorly, and then he ran down the street and took off. He called the police, and everyone else was nice to us. We had a great experience. It was just Scott. And did you know that he's making almost $160,000?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know that the 3 times we've been here, twice he hasn't been in the office, all on weekdays at the beginning of the week, and once he actually just ran out of the office.
Yeah.
It's really-
And where
yeah.
are you from?
I am from Massachusetts, just right up the street. But I come here because these ladies,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it enough. Just wonderful, wonderful people.
That's what I'm saying. They are the saving grace.
They are. And the planning board.
And yes.
Planning board, too.
Tell me if you need something.
Sure.
I love donations. This is the best part of municipalities, is giving back and helping those less fortunate. Look, they got some.
Stained it yesterday, so if
What is that, like
Melts
some
a little bit.
dog and cat food over there? They got some
Just last night,
toiletries, some baby lotions, some puppy pads. And so,
Clothing.
do y'all have a drop box here if people want to donate? This is it. Oh, this is it.
I
Okay.
actually have a bag of clothing if so I can donate.
In
that
the car,
right
we were looking for the Planet Aid boxes and we couldn't find it.
there. Yeah. I don't
Alright,
know.
perfect.
I'm like wondering if they like took down the posted boxes in
I know
different
that Barb
areas.
is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
No, she don't.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
doesn't have a Phillips
No.
head screwdriver. I could maybe just move that screw.
oh, I think not. Maybe somewhere else. That's more wanting.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Have any more questions?
What is the meaning of life?
The sad part is that the lid
I mean, we were like
is
trying to talk.
directional.
Trying, but sometimes like, she must be friends with
But
Scott.
that's okay.
Yeah, because I mean, we were trying to
Yeah.
talk about donating.
Just
It's fine.
I mean, they obviously don't need it that much. We
Yeah.
just donate somewhere else.
yep.
And that's probably just as like
I wonder if there's if he's come back down to the building office. Got peeks in. Not just yet. No, I think no. So this goes outside. So we actually have to go back the other way. Well, there's no stairwell over there,
I know.
so we have to.
Well, I know now.
Yeah.
Dog's okay? No, no.
every day's a new day with our food
No, like, you're like, oh, I have a donation for you. See, that's the thing. Like, they hate activism so much that they're willing to literally disrupt their own cause.
Like, I've got some decent clothes that need a good home.
Same with people that wanna. What's upstairs? There's nothing upstairs, is there?
No, look at the last time, remember?
Okay.
Unless you want to go out.
Yeah. There's no offices upstairs, right?
No, it's just,
Didn't think so.
I just did story time not that long ago, so I had to learn the whole
Ooh.
history of the building.
Oh,
That
Nice.
is just I'm gonna say, it's a stage with like an auditorium area, and it's always been like a playhouse or a community theater.
That's
stuff
where they
like
could fire Scott
that.
up on the stage.
We don't use it like that anymore. Right now, the only people who use it on a regular basis are Sauhegan Karate Club.
Did you see the video, the last one, the video that came out?
I saw part of it.
And as you saw, you did very well, and people loved you. And the town clerks downstairs, people loved you because you did a great job. And then it seemed like, maybe I'm putting this liberally, but it seems like they didn't love Scott.
Well, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Okay, smart girl. Smart girl. So that kind of really limits my questions here.
And I can give you all the information you need to know about, town zoning.
Do you
she's got all the info.
do
I got that kind of
you
info.
do
Yeah.
you think that maybe yourself and the town clerk's office were probably the best parts of that video?
I think that is not for me to judge.
Okay, that really
That is-
leaves me with no further questions here. You kind of
I'm sorry. I'm happy to tell you about, if you have questions that are really specific to what I do as the town planner.
no, you got me. Basically asked and answered. I'm asking the same question in a different way.
I know.
All right, that's fine.
He was trying.
I was trying, but
Pushing.
Sure, but my opinion, my personal opinion, isn't really part of my job. My
Right.
job
Of course.
is to provide information to people so they can make
Yeah.
wise decisions.
Which, good on you though, because that is true. Like,
And that's-
people aren't supposed to bring their politics into the workplace.
and that's
when
a-
working for the public.
that's
Same thing.
that's the same part as our job. Is we show people what's going on. We help them make decisions. So
So you
that
just
way,
need to,
maybe
you ask me a
Scott's not
specific
here much
question and
longer.
I am all over that.
Do you think Scott's a jerk?
That's an opinion.
That's an opinion.
What is your opinion?
That's an opinion.
Oh, watch it. Blink if you think Scott did a bad job.
I'm not going to. Don't even start.
She blinked.
Of course I did. Everybody blinks about every 3 seconds.
Got you. That's entrapment.
It is. That was totally. That was not a representation.
Like,
That was not a representation of her facts or feelings. That was just me trying to.
I can help you.
Look, I even whacked you, and she was not happy about it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, look, huh? That's what they did last time. I feel like I found a way to look through last time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There she is. She's sitting at her desk.
Yeah, it's not a lunch break.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Karen.
Sharon's sitting right at her desk. She thinks this, like, you still can't see through the giant cracks. I see Sharon's head. She's just hanging out. She's not looking up at all.
I think my phone can't see her head.
Oh, I can see her. There's Sharon, guys. It's like this administrative office is like just cowards. Cowards. They're wasting all this money on behalf of the people.
They close everything else down but leave the restroom open. Priorities.
So we're gonna have to make this place our project here.
We've got a lot of projects.
Every day we're coming here.
Every day we get a new project.
Yep, every day we're coming here.
Okay.
That's him.
Was that the popo?
That's the popo.
Oh, they called the popo on you.
They wanted the popo to come and the popo said no.
The popo said that's a no-go.
They said we good.
Bye.
They're out on a fire call. Nobody's here, man. Oh no, what's that? I don't know. No, it's looks like a cruiser. Oh, that's a building inspector. What's going on, man? Yeah, they really don't have a use for the third floor here. It's just that, like, meeting room. Live free or die my ass. Cops are here. Well, actually, I don't see a police cruiser here. They might actually be out on a call. They were busy. We said we're not going to come violate their rights. You tried to pull us into that last time, and you came out looking like the dickhead, not me. He's going into the fire department, looks like. They got a new little paved lot over there. Maybe this isn't the police department. Maybe this is just fire. Is this just the fire department? Is this just the fire department?
As far as I know, it's my first time being here.
Oh, okay. I saw the red line. I thought she was a firefighter.
I used to work on the compressor and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I'm not actually on the department here.
Okay, cool.
As far as I know, this is the firehouse and the police station is somewhere that way, I think.
Okay. All right, thanks very much, man. Have a good day. I was going to say, it's a pretty small building for him to house. But hey, listen, I've been to small one-room places. So who knows? Up here they are, brother. Right on time. Catch you on the next one. That's the reason I stopped you today. What's going on, guys? At the Brookline Safety Complex, Brookline, New Hampshire. Following up at the town hall. Want to see what they were saying. Thanks. Sounds like a fish fry in here.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey!
Good boy.
What's going on, man? Quick question. How are you doing, LT?
Doing all right.
Hanging in there?
Yeah.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
People liked you.
I know, we got calls.
They
Washington, Texas.
Thank God they didn't get the. I had a police department bill me once because they got a call from New Zealand. Or it was
I
Australia.
think we got one from like Canada or something. That was like the farthest away. Now.
Were they calling saying, great job? See, that's what we like to see. When people do good jobs, they should be recognized. Scott did not get such nice phone calls.
No.
The other folks in the town hall did, the town clerks, the planning board. We went there today. Seems like Scott's not there more than he is.
I don't know.
Been there,
I'm here, he's there.
been there 3 different times. One time he ran out the building, and then twice he just hasn't been there. We went in today, and they went into the side room, and I thought they called PD because I heard them say, the auditors are here. Did they call the police?
Not that I know of.
No? Okay. Because I want to at least make sure that, like, when people are in there with cameras, they're not just, that's like, you're a good cop doing a good job. You know, I understand as a call for service, you have to respond to that call for service, but if there's one cop and there's 2 calls, one person is a victim of a crime and the other one's the town hall being butthurt. Yeah. I'd rather the person that needs police service get a call.
Well, I bet they called Scott.
Yeah, they might have called Scott, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they
They might have done that. Nobody called here.
He was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
No. I mean, at least they can reach him over the phone, though, you know? Yeah.
I tell people small towns, besides Scott's behavior, they usually think that like small towns are going to be the ones where you're going to have this huge problem. And I tell people small towns, it's a tight-knit community and they don't want, that they have that. America still lives and breathes in small towns and they have that. And a lot of people that live in this area, they're very pro First Amendment and they're very pro, especially Second Amendment. And so.
Everybody's got guns up here.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. You treat every call like it's a gun call because everybody's got one.
Yeah.
It's like you just, whether you see it or not, it's there.
I've been to like Texas and even like there's this like, she must have just been like 18 years old, like her first job working at a Buc-ee's gas station. And she had a pink Glock. And I was like, holy smokes, everybody. And I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Where did you go from, where were you from before you went down there?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay, so then you went down there and saw that?
Yeah, I've been
like,
night and day.
Yeah, you grew up in Massachusetts, you go up to Walmart like in Amherst and you're like, where am I? Because I mean, Massachusetts, if they can see the little bottom of the gun sticking out. Or,
Everyone's calling 911.
Yeah. For Christ's sake, and people are calling thinking it's a gun.
Do you know the real statistics? 97% of people that apply for an LTC do not get it. Those that do, either like you get like a real good recommendation from a chief or a senator, but it's mostly people working in private security or even prior military. What I really don't understand is I don't think you should have a license to carry a firearm. Yeah. I think that like those are your rights. In places where they have constitutional carry, they don't require licenses. They have less gun violence than places that do. Like Texas actually had less gun violence than Massachusetts.
Well, New Hampshire's a constitutional carry.
Right.
We have pistol permits. But it's mainly if you want to join like a gun club,
right,
or something like that. They want to know that a background check's been done on you,
right?
So people will come in and get it, and you can carry. There's a list on the wall of it. I think it's like 32 other states right now. I forget what the number is, 32ish.
Well, they just brought Indiana in.
Okay, so you can carry with our license. That's the only reason people get them. Other than that, you don't get them. I shouldn't say it. We have had people come in here and just get them because they can get them.
Right.
They don't really even hold. I can think of one lady that doesn't have guns, but she just wanted one because she can have one.
Right, of course.
All right, here's your license.
You know what's interesting? In Massachusetts, I was going down this rabbit hole because I hate like permits and stuff like that. I think it's silly. But you have to get a permit, like an LTC to carry, especially concealed. So when you go through that, it costs you somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1,200 between the training, the permitting, and all that stuff, right? And then when you get to the end of it, there's a police officer that's in charge of giving out those permits. And that cop didn't have a permit. He carries on his badge. So I was seeing the silliness in that. I was like, so you're the person, I'm going to spend $1,200 and I'm going to come to get my gun permit from you, and you don't have a gun permit. I'm fine with a cop carrying on his badge. I think anyone should be able to carry on the Constitution, so the badge doesn't make a difference. I think it's ridiculous that a person that doesn't have a permit is the person you have to go to get a permit. Yeah. It seems It seems like going to the registry and not expecting a headache. It doesn't make sense.
Right. It's never gonna happen.
Right. So. Hey, Chief.
Thanks,
how are you?
Doing well.
You guys got a lot of love, huh?
Got a lot of love, man.
You deserved it.
Well, you don't get it often. So.
No? I bet.
Hey, you guys want to come in and take a tour?
Can we bring the cameras in?
Absolutely.
Sure, love to.
Sure, thank you.
Have you got kids coming in? Then we'll just hang tight.
You know as with school start, we have people doing fingerprints for our background checks to volunteer at the school.
Yeah.
That's who just left, so this might be another one.
Yeah, I just don't want the kids.
Yeah, if this is, I'll take them back and you guys can.
We'll just stop the cameras at this kids.
All right, cool. How you been?
Good. How are you, man?
Nice to see you.
Listen, cops usually see us and they're like, "Oh, here comes trouble." Like, and I loved the response that we got on that video because people were real quick to be like, what a great police department, doing great stuff. Yeah. And of course, it's a call for service, so there has to be like, what are you doing here? Like, but you guys were able to see pretty quickly that we weren't doing anything but practicing our rights, and people from everywhere were like, holy smokes, I wish that we could replicate this behavior. Now, Scott didn't get as much love. Scott got very little love. In fact, he was not there today either.
Oh, he's
3 times we've been there. He ran out once, and twice he hasn't been here.
Oh, no kidding.
But I
got a call from some lady from Ontario.
From Canada, huh?
From Canada.
Yeah.
And she said, I saw your video. And I said, from Canada?
From everywhere.
Worldwide, man.
Yeah.
Worldwide. And
that's awesome.
And that's what they, like, I hope that's what's used, like in other municipalities, where there's police departments or maybe there's not such great responsive behavior. They look at something like that because it's helpful. And I think it's important that not everyone should be, like, I'm not one of those defund the police, all cops are bad guys. I believe that we need to have police because there needs to be law and order. I do believe that there's a lot of bad cops that I've seen, like there's a lot of bad surgeons and barbers. And
I don't care if you go into McDonald's as a bad hamburger flipper. I mean,
of course.
It's no matter what industry you're in, private sector, public sector, municipal sector, state, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's good to see you guys got some love because you deserved it. And I was reading through the comments and I'm like, because they usually don't call when there's good interactions, and I'm like, just call them, let them know how they did.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I called.
The only phone call I got was that lady from Canada.
Yeah, there's somebody
nice
I know
lady.
For sure watched, and they're from New Zealand. And
really?
Yeah, you've got lots of people from all over.
You gotta tell them we're hiring, see if they want to come work.
Listen, if you guys didn't do well, you'd have to hire another person to come in and man the phones.
Well,
I had the IMPD shut down their phone systems once.
If it weren't for them knowing that we were free Americans doing what free Americans should and can do, things could have gone a lot differently because of how Scott reacted and how some of the employees, like, you know, basically made a false call.
Yeah.
Things could have gone
I think,
a
you
lot
know what, I think oftentimes too, when First Amendment people or anybody comes into a building holding cameras, they don't know how to react.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a situation where we even have it stopping cars on the road. We don't wear body cameras. You know, we don't have cruiser cameras. I don't think we need them. I've got a real good group of police officers here. We don't get citizens' complaints called in on them. They have nothing to prove. They go out, they do their job, they're professional every minute of every day. And we'll walk up to a car and you'll have a camera facing us, you know?
Right.
And so I think that we may be a little bit more used to having cameras in our face than, you know, somebody at the town office building.
Well, we reached out. I offered them training, like through municipal, federal agencies all over the country. We've done this, and we're working with Berlin, Mass to do it right now. We offer training to teach folks how to react when there's a camera and how to go about their business and how to best protect everyone's needs inside the building. And they weren't receptive to it. We went there today, and everyone again was nice except the administration's office, and it was just like, you know, they're proposing a $26,000 increase in the executive office next year. For a guy, I've been to that building 3 different times. At the town hall.
In Brookline?
Yes, sir. It went from $221,000 to $226,000.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the proposed budget for next year.
That's just for one portion of the town hall. I think it's town offices salary. So it's only like 3, maybe 4 people on that budget. Then it moved up.
You know where
$26,000.
You know where they cut back on? Education.
Yeah. So
by about 50 cents per every 1,000 people.
Wow.
Which adds up.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't seen any proposed budget. In fact, we just started working on ours for next year.
Yeah. Well, I've got the book in my car, but it's a whole display of bunch of books on the display. You can actually just grab one and take one home, and you can see the proposed budget and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, if they don't do good, we want to figure out where this, like, so for example, you work in a place that's constitutional carry.
Right.
I believe, and I think we had this discussion before, that our belief systems probably align more than they don't, as far as what people's rights are and stuff like that. And you know, you don't have body cams, and you guys aren't out wearing vests for the most part, and it's a place where anyone.
We all wear vests.
Do you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw a guy walking that way.
They all wear the external carry vest.
Yeah.
But you guys are like calm and collective. Like I can't tell you how many times like see big city cops where like they run up on the camera. I got 150,000 followers. They know I'm not going to pull out a gun on them. You know what I mean? But they all walk up with the hands and the hips. We want to provide training, and I don't like when we the whole purpose is to educate, but the one place they're cutting money is education.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I do it for free. We're willing to go in and teach folks. And I mean, the great part is usually they don't have a great police department that's doing great work. I mean, and I can't tell you, I think that's probably the first time I've ever had people see a positive interaction within a somewhat negative video.
Right.
And the police got more positive calls than the town hall got negative ones.
Yeah.
Which is excellent to see.
What kind of blows my mind too is because you were talking about how like people aren't used to the cameras, especially town offices and stuff that. But you see that they have security cameras posted in their offices all the time.
We do too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think they got
like
new ones, Chief.
Yeah, it looks like they might have gotten new ones.
I think theirs were updated a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Because I was looking through and maybe it was just the angle, but I was looking through the video downstairs when you guys came in, and there's a front, probably about 4 feet apart, a frontward and backward facing camera. Yeah. Have those been there for a while?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Those have been,
But my point being is that if they've got cameras posted up all over, what is the difference between us coming in with cameras that are from our angle and our perspective? There really isn't any.
So, in law enforcement today, you see all the bad stuff on the TV, you know?
Right.
You see, and it all started probably back with Rodney King. Remember that brutal beating that he took? Of course, they show a 3-minute segment of the 19-minute ordeal, but still, we're of the realization now that no matter what you do, these are out there. People have cameras.
Even when you think they
over
don't.
The place, all
Even-
over the
Even when you think they don't.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And it's so much easier to present yourself in a professional manner than to try to justify why
Afterwards.
you weren't, because everybody and their brother saw it. You
Right.
know what I mean? You always start off as a professional. If things escalate, then you do what you got to do.
Right.
You know, and that's just been my philosophy
And for the most time,
47 years now.
people look at my father told me the same thing. He said, you know, if someone's respectful, they're reciprocated, and that's how I've always handled myself. Like sometimes people are like, oh, you're a real jerk. Look at all the videos where someone's nice to me,
Sure.
and then I'm nice to them,
Absolutely.
and then there's no problem. When
Absolutely.
someone tries to tread on me and try and restrict my rights a little bit,
Just
then
stand up.
I'm probably the biggest asshole that can be found.
I hear
Even
you.
then,
But
even
civil
then, like-
disobedience is why democracy exists. It's just people need to understand, like, there's a time, there's a place that you should exercise civil disobedience.
Sure.
And I think people need to understand, like, we had civics, you know, there's no civics anymore. Like they have, what do they have now? Yeah, do your cat's nails or something?
Oh, God. I have no idea. I had civics, but.
Most of the schools have actually gotten away from the trades.
Yeah.
Right, which
You
is
know.
unfortunate. I think
It's very unfortunate.
Obviously, I'm from California. I feel
You're
like
always
that's
going to
obvious,
need
but-
builders. You're always going to need plumbers. You're always going to need.
And shame on them because they make the best money. I mean, gee, my buddy does trash, and he makes a killing. And it's the jobs that people don't want, or it's the jobs like some people. Like I can tell you one thing: a guy that goes in and is the head of his class at Harvard and gets a medical degree, doesn't matter. He can go to the same amount of schooling to try and repair your electric panel, and he's going to need his medical training to resuscitate himself. It ain't going to work.
Come on, I'll show you around real quick.
Thank you.
Sure. We'll start back here where the booking area is.
Booking.
He's going to book me. My thumbprints are already
I'm
in
not
NCIC.
gonna lie. He's been in the booking area before.
I have been.
I have not.
Oh, that's fine. So we have our Sally Port, the garage is right there, so that they'll bring arrested people in. If they're calm, then they go into the cage, okay? The officer will go into the computer, and they can talk through the cage and get vital information, name, date of birth, you know, and be able to explain to them what the arrest is all about, what the bail process is gonna be. If they start to act up a little bit, we can cuff them to the front of the bench, okay? So we have some handcuffs to the front of the bench. Usually if it comes to that, they're gonna settle down.
Right.
They don't want to be detained. If that doesn't work, then we'll put them in one of the cells. Both cells are identical.
Oh, this ain't even bad.
Now,
Look at
all the comforts of home.
this is not.
It's the same path.
Well, I mean, compared to some of the ones I've seen and been in,
Right.
I mean, I got locked up in St. John's the Baptist Parish in Louisiana, and that was a hole. So yeah, same thing I'm doing here. I was out front filming, and they came, yoked me up, and then the sheriff started getting calls and then I've never been unarrested. Like arrested, Mirandized. They gave me the shots and everything, fingerprints, all that stuff to go into pop, and then they were like, "Oh, you're unarrested," because they started getting. And I said, I think I'll stay arrested because I want to see where this goes. Then, when I was free to go and no longer arrested or detained, they kept my property, put me in a transportation vehicle, had me still chained up, drove me 3 hours and dropped me off by a swamp in Baton Rouge. And they don't know my buddy's got a camera and he's still alive. He had never shut it off. And the guy says, "You see over there? Last time, about 50 years ago, some people came in here talking civil rights and they're still in there." And then they dropped, of course, the video drops, the prosecution drops the charges, a couple deputies were fired. They actually caught one on video taking money out of my wallet.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
There are places like that, and that was in 2020.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was only in 20?
Yeah.
Boy, that's crazy.
It still exists.
And maybe it's because I'm on the outside of it, not inside, and God, I hope I never am. And I know it's just a technicality, but when I heard you say cage, I'm like, we are human beings.
Right?
So just maybe moving forward, and I think you're fantastic, but maybe, obviously you can't change the appearance, you can't change how you do things, but maybe call it something different.
The temporary detainment apartment.
Yeah, I mean, we're human, you know, we're not animals.
The only reason we call it a cage, you go into any police station that has a room like this, it's a cage. Because
I get
it
it.
resembles one.
I get it. Well, I mean, just like we don't call our dog's crate, we don't call that a cage. We call it a crate.
I do. I say, get in a friggin' crate. Sometimes
No, he
I put
doesn't.
the kids in
No,
there.
he
I'm
says
just kidding.
crate. But I'm just like looking at it from an outsider's perspective. If someone were to tell me get in the cage or you're going in the cage, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? I am not an animal.
Well, I'll tell you this, I can
know?
stand here right now and say, we'll rename it, tomorrow I'll call it a cage.
I'm sure.
See, it's honestly the best part of
Let's
it.
have it. I'm just saying that maybe proactively, like moving forward, especially people from my perspective, they're gonna be like, that's fucked up. You know, we are human beings. Like
I never thought of it that way.
yeah, and I mean, essentially, it's not even a cage; it's a fence. So,
Okay. We'll throw them in the
We'll call it a
fence.
fence.
I mean,
Throw them over the fence.
Well,
How's that sound?
I have a question.
blind fence.
Could I tell me if I do it right? Since we're in the booking room, could I simulate an arrest where I read her rights and place her in?
oh, could we?
in
Because
cuff-
that would be fun, and then I
could
could
I-
actually say I went in the cage. I was.
I mean, I
That's up
guess
to you.
I don't have to put her in the
No, but
fence.
I think can we?
Can I-
we do like
Throw her
a
in the
mock
fence.
up, like a mock?
Could I simulate it real quick? Question: could I borrow a pair of cuffs? If I give them, I'll give them right back. I know how to double lock. I don't need the key for it. Right? Just quickly. I just wanna. No, I'm not gonna like really. I just wanna show like because I see it. I wanna see if I understand and if I'm not too bad at this.
I'm
So
gonna pause my video.
okay.
I'm gonna take off my watch.
No, you don't. No, I tell you to do that. Oh yeah, take it off. You get in the cup. Yeah, take it off.
Oh my god, you're already being a fucking tyrant, man.
No, it's just that ma'am, I don't want to have to put you in ISO. Okay.
Okay, what if I like shove you a little?
No,
Will
not
that
gonna
get
do
me
that.
cuffed to the bench?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Ma'am.
you don't want to get,
We don't do it too
you don't
hard.
want to get physical.
We have reasonable articulable suspicion and probable cause to believe you have engaged in a crime. At this point, you're being detained. Put your hands behind
Hey,
your back, please.
don't hurt me.
Interlace your fingers.
Okay. These aren't gonna feel nice.
You're not supposed to, man. Maybe next time you can
See, I'm never gonna wanna, never.
better behave. All right, I'm gonna walk you over to the cage here.
They keep clicking.
Sorry, the
So
fence.
you just call it a cage.
See, I can't help it. All right. Now throw the book at her and leave her for the weekend. You want to get a beer?
You didn't press it. I mean, I can walk.
How did?
No,
You're
supposed to, I'm supposed to look trapped.
No, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. You have to afford one when we presented to you by the court. Do you understand the Miranda rights that are read to you today?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take. Well, Chief is gonna assist me in taking off the cuffs. We're gonna take some fingerprints. As long as you comply, this is gonna go much easier. We'll call Dale Bonds and get you out of here.
These cuffs don't come off.
Yes, Chief.
Wait, I have a question though.
Could
Could I be put in the cell and put my face close to the window
No,
so
you
we can
can't.
get like a
We've
good?
done enough here, ma'am. You're
You
not
can't get them
compliant.
off.
I didn't even double lock this. I don't move.
No, you didn't double lock.
Jesus,
They're gonna
don't move.
tighten.
They are tightening.
I left you a lot of room in there. I was a very gracious officer. There
You were a gracious
See,
officer.
the trick is when you put cuffs on, you have the keyhole facing up.
See, I didn't think
So
of
that
that.
we don't have to turn it.
Gotcha.
You know what though? But the more I moved, the tighter they got.
Because I didn't
That's
double lock
screwed
it.
up, huh?
That's why, like, if you've been arrested before, you say, do me a favor, double lock it if you haven't. Because the more you move, the more they tighten. It's compliance. They used to do pain compliance. You should see the old cuffs they used to use. They got rid of them in what, the 80s, Chief?
Oh, yeah.
Those
At
ones.
least that, yeah.
Those ones were not great. So, folks, if you're watching this,
While I was in the cage.
I don't have the privilege of finding police officers in my line of work that do this type of work and that reach out this, it's great to see, right? And I always tell folks that when we find these bad cops, follow them to the end of hell and make sure that they can't violate anyone else's right and take their ability to be a law enforcement officer off the table. But then when we find folks like yourself and lieutenant and sergeant and corporal that are doing such a great job in such a small community, it is imperative that people are as quick to file a commendation as they would be to file a complaint. Because I remember traveling when the riots were going on and filming in the front of those, every single cop, even the good ones, had to look over their head. And one, just because the uniform today could be the day.
Yeah.
And the one thing good cops hate more than anything are bad cops.
That's right.
And we appreciate sincerely, on behalf of my audience and my family and her, we appreciate you out here every single day doing the right thing and fighting to protect our rights and uphold that oath that you
appreciate
took.
you
So
saying that.
I
I really
appreciate
do.
it, man.
Thank
Thank
Appreciate
you.
saying that.
But look what he did to me. Look at this. Look at it. Look what you did to me.
Stop resisting.
I know a good lawyer.
Thank you.
I take back everything I said, Chief. Chief Quigley. See, he's the ultimate politician. He should be the.
Good divorce lawyer too.
Oh, jeez.
We'll never go there. So on this side of the building, this is our evidence room.
Okay.
That is accessed by our evidence tech only.
Nice and
Our
locked.
armory here,
Excellent.
the armory is.
This is the previous chief.
These are all previous chiefs. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, here's a little tidbit for you.
Your dad.
My grandfather.
Your grandfather was the chief of police here.
From 47 to 58. My dad was the chief of police in Nashua.
No shit.
Yeah.
You look just like your grandfather too.
Yeah.
You got a little heavier mustache, but
Yep.
man, I bet you he must have told you some stories.
Oh, yeah.
You could probably
He really
sit
did.
listen to him for hours,
He
huh?
really did. But back in that day in Brookline, when I moved to Brookline in 1979, there were only a little over 1,700 people.
Okay. When is that? 99? 79, okay.
Yeah. And now we're up 5,800 somewhere in there. But
Of course, right on the outskirts
it
of
was back
Nashua.
then that my grandfather caught a kid raising hell.
Yeah.
He called the parents.
That's a worse
He
punishment.
wouldn't have to do a thing.
Nope.
He wouldn't have to do a
Yeah,
thing.
well, the parents are the worst punishment.
Yeah,
That's
they used
it.
to be.
Yeah.
And is that your grandfather also?
No, this
okay.
guy Lou Nadro. He was chief here in Brookline. I was a trooper, state trooper that worked this area. And
Okay.
Lou was a chief when I was a trooper working in Brookline, and he, God rest his soul, he passed away of cancer a couple of years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
But that's when I was presenting him with his retired chief's badge.
Nice.
He retired from here and he moved down to Florida, and he came.
Good
up
for
on
him.
a
That's
vacation.
what everyone. I actually had a state trooper. I was sitting, and he was from the area, and he knew who I was, and he knew the local folks there. And, he comes up to the car, and he looks in, and he sees that I got some bottles in the back. The key wasn't in ignition. I wasn't driving. I'm just sitting in the car. It was so hot. So I'm sitting in the car. He's like, "You shitting me?" And I was like, "No, I'm not shitting you." He's like, "I'm gonna take you to jail." I was like, "My dad's gonna kill me." And he's like, "I'm not taking you to jail. Give me the keys." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "I'm taking you home." And I was like, "No, take me to jail."
Yeah, right.
Take me to jail.
Put a bail so I don't get out.
Yeah.
This is just our AV room, and all this does is we're able to record all the booking video. So if we have somebody arrested for DUI, their attorney is going to want a copy of the booking video to see how he acted in the booking room, what have you. So this is where we do that.
And are you peeking through a little window over there?
Yeah.
Like you're always watching?
So the sergeant does all the video recording, And he was sitting in here one day, and he said, "We need a window."
That's funny.
It's a good reminder that
window.
you're always watching.
Yeah, that is a good reminder.
So this is where we store a lot of our weapons and our ammunition,
Oh, okay.
and our CPR dummies. So everybody is issued a patrol rifle as well as a pistol. And
Now I gotta ask you this,
Yep.
Chief. The target here is of a man showing his back.
right,
Who are we shooting in the back?
that is.
Is that the town administrator?
No, that's for the taser.
I'm just kidding.
That's for the tasers.
That's for the. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's just
Thank God
for taser practice.
That's
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah, for taser research.
Well, at least below the head, which is good.
Yep.
Keep it.
Yep.
Josh, is this a picture of you on your backside?
No, that guy is way slimmer than I am. That was a compliment. Thank you. Not intended, but taken.
Here we have a kitchen.
Now, you don't share this EMS and fires there. Well, fire's down at town hall, but EMS has their
EMS
own.
is on that side. They
Right,
have,
okay.
and we're kind of separated by a bulletproof wall.
Excellent.
Although we get along great, we really do. Yeah.
So you probably sometimes have lunches together, even.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
There are times that we will.
Now, do you have your grandfather's badge? Do you still have
I
that
have my
in the
grandfather's
family?
badge in my office.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool.
I have my dad's badges from patrolman right up through chief from Nashua PD.
So three generations of Quigley police chiefs,
Yep.
and are they all doing a great job? Every single one of them doing some work, right?
Oh yeah.
So this is something
he's
that
not
could
gonna
be.
speak ill of his father or his
No, but
grandfather.
they were
Well, you could
highly respected.
you could tell how he was. My uncle was a cop, and he was in the Boston PD through the '70s, and I think it's the human aspect of the job. Like sometimes you get scared. You're like, oh, that's a cop that's seen some shit. He's about to go old school. I think it's the experience of the job. At least for some of the cops that have been around a little bit that I've met, that kind of. Those are the ones you can tell how someone walks and carries themselves.
Oh, sure.
You can tell who you're going to deal with. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. You got
Yeah.
his badge still.
Yeah.
Sheriff, one town sheriff or one sheriff town, right?
Sheriff town. Right.
Well, there's room in.
Doesn't take long to put a posse together, though.
Especially in New Hampshire, everyone's
This is
got
the
guns.
squad room where our guys will come in and do all their reports, and they have all their paperwork and everything. So, most of them will do it on the side of the road on the laptop
Right.
or on the tablet in the cruiser. But sometimes, you get a 90-degree day. It's nice to come in out of the heat and sit in the next.
Cool down for a second. Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, I remember when that stamp came out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That was a time when there was no division. You can literally go down New York and Boston. You cannot get anyone to let you go ever, and there'd be traffic jams just because people were letting each other go. And I mean, I was only in middle school when I was saying to myself, I was like, "What's going on?" And my dad was like, when shit hits the fan in this country, regardless of your skin color or who you pray to at night, you come together and you kick ass.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bow down the administrative end of the building.
See, I was in California
Lieutenant's
when
office.
that happened, so.
Oh, hey,
that was
LT.
A little bit of a different
Yeah, it's
perspective.
kinda boring.
Hello.
I see that you got some phone numbers and stuff, so I'm just keeping the camera out because I don't want to pick up anything. But I can go like this. I can zoom.
Yeah.
That's LT. He tased me. LT, do you know what we did? We cuffed her. We put her in the fence. That was right, Chief, right?
we can't.
He left marks on me.
We can't call it the cage anymore.
Yeah.
Why is that offensive?
Because we're
Because-
human.
She said it's offensive. It sounds like we're putting them to become an animal.
Yeah.
So
LT.
we're now calling it the fence. So instead of putting them in the cage, we're throwing them over the fence.
Yeah. throw 'em over
LT,
the fence.
I'm not going to even lie. I'll catch hell for this later. I threw her in a cage. I did 100%. She was in the cage.
So look, LT's got a little teddy bear watching over him in there.
You know what that teddy bear's from? Quick
What?
story for you. One of the guys I used to work with sent that to me when I was in the academy.
Yeah.
With a big chocolate chip cookie that I had to sit in front of the class and eat the cookie and read the 2-page letter that he sent me with it, saying how much he missed me and all this other stuff. So I had to carry that thing through the academy. We wore BDU pants.
Yeah.
In my pocket. For the entire rest of the academy.
So like a hazing almost.
That's
it was a friendly,
a friendly reminder.
A friendly reminder of
Yeah.
when they were missing me.
Oh, so every time you look at the bear, that's
Yeah,
what you think
yeah,
about.
Yeah, and if I left him behind because he was now my partner,
Yeah.
he very quickly. And one day he had enough, and he didn't want to be in the academy anymore. So he was conveniently hanging, the screens that come down.
Yeah.
When the screen went up, my bear was conveniently hanging by a rope behind it.
Oh my God.
Did you conduct a proper investigation with a chain of custody?
Because I was a bad partner and I left him behind.
That was a life
That's
lesson.
why there's only one desk in this office too.
So if you ever wanted to know how things really are at police academies,
There you go.
That's a life lesson right there. They gave you a life
Exactly.
lesson.
So he's been with me. He's been with me for 27 years now, whatever it is.
Are you gonna be the next chief? Is he gonna be next?
we'll see.
All right.
He
We'll
perked
see.
up when he said it.
If how do they say it? If the moons all align,
Yeah.
is that how it's supposed to go?
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Listen, 3 generations of police chief. I'm happy to come in here and
Well,
help
I don't
him
know.
out.
I don't know. Do you have any kids?
Oh yeah, but one's in the army.
Oh, they're not
they're
interested.
No interested. No
Oh, thanks
interest,
for
no.
his service.
No.
See, this is what it is. I was gonna say that there's something in the water, but that's back to blue water.
What?
Some lady was giving those out.
I didn't know you had your own water brand.
This is
She
blue
wrapped
water.
the thing around there and said back to blue.
Well,
They
that's
work good
nice.
for book holders too.
Excellent.
I got a funny story on Donna's desk here.
Is there any like super personal information that might be in here?
I don't think so.
Okay,
No.
all right.
So, in the police business, okay, I can put $100 bill down on that kitchen table. I'll come back in 3 days and it will still be there.
Okay.
I can put a pen on that table, come back 3 minutes later and it's
It's
gone.
gone. Right, yes.
So Donna could never keep a tape dispenser on her desk until she went out and got one that was a high heel. Nobody touches it.
That's actually a fantastic idea.
Nobody touches it.
Maybe I'd be able to keep my tape.
See, I
in my
gotta
house
tell
if I
you,
did that.
if one day what we should do is I'll work with you together, and we don't want LT to know about this. We'll take the tape dispenser, we'll put it on his desk, and then we'll frame him.
You gotta get up off the
Oh, you heard. Never mind. Never mind.
Good right here. It was good. Right
We could go to Build-A-Bear.
And this is my
get some
office,
high
yeah.
heels and put it on your bear.
It'll just be like a boot.
So that is, this is a picture of my dad, my grandmother, and my grandfather and myself when I was a trooper.
There you go. And is
And
that
this is
Granddad's
when-
badge?
I'm sorry?
Is that Granddad's badge?
No, this one's mine.
Oh, that's yours. Okay.
That's my old one. This is my grandfather's. He used to wear a flannel shirt, and he'd carry the whistle in his shirt pocket. I mean, the badge in his shirt pocket with the whistle hanging out.
Look at that,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
Old school.
It is.
And that's your
It
son, I
is.
assume?
Yep. That's my
Well,
middle son. My
we thank
oldest
you
son,
for his
my
service.
My youngest son in the college hat there.
Well, thank you for his service.
Yeah, seriously.
I will. As a recruiter, he lives in Texas now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in,
McKinney, right outside of Dallas.
Oh, no,
He
huh?
gets to open carry too.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's...
It's Texas.
I think the open carry in the state of New Hampshire is one of the biggest reasons why we have such little crime. Because
course.
You always stand the chance of confronting somebody who's got a firearm.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So it's.
Yeah, you go into, they just let some guy off. What was it, in Maine? Dude runs in to rob a diner, and he actually had it was a BB gun.
Yeah.
But this is the most realistic BB gun that I've ever seen in my life.
real.
And the way that he was holding it, it kind of concealed the canister, the cartridge. So he goes in, he robs the place, and then he goes to put the thing next to some lady, and dude just like, bang, 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 kills him. It turns out that and you could see how mad the guy was. He picks it up. He's like, "Oh, it's a fucking BB gun," and he throws it. And he's trying to give life-saving measures to this guy. And of course, the dude's family tries to sue. The guy did nothing wrong.
Sure.
And I would have stood that ground until the day is long. I would have shared his donation page, whatever, because
absolutely.
he was doing his civic duty. However, you know, it's that's the real chance that you have. It's like, you know, I got live free or die all over me. And we went to the Nashua. Some places we find, like Nashua Library, didn't do a great job. They're real bad. But, you know, that's why I think it's important that you shouldn't restrict someone's rights, because it's like when you tell a kid they can't drink, they go and drink. And the moment they turn 21, they usually drink considerably less. It's when you tell someone they can't do something, especially something that they have a right to, that's when, and I always give the example, Texas is how much bigger than Massachusetts, and they have far less gun violence than Texas because everyone's got the ability to police themselves. And there's much more like of small town America. You have the American values where people are going to stand up for what's right. It doesn't matter what you look like or where you're from. They're going to stand up for you.
Yep.
And you don't have that in Massachusetts because they kind of take that away from you. It's just so liberalized.
Sure.
And people hear me say that, they're like, oh, you know. And that's why I say, like, a lot of the times when I deal with like small towns or law enforcement, I think that we have more in common than we do apart, besides like some policy issues and whether cops are doing the wrong thing. But besides that, I live in a country where I'm standing on American soil, and I mean, I can't carry a firearm because I'm a convicted felon, right? So, but I don't hate the justice system because I used to do drugs, right?
Okay.
And I hurt people. That was the justice system working.
Sure.
Right? That was the justice system doing its job, and now I can't carry a firearm because of those choices that I made.
Sure.
She can, right? So, but I still believe in the fact that they're coming out actually with a law. After 7 years, if you don't have any gun crimes or murder charge or anything like that, I forget where, it's in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, I believe. After 7 years, but it doesn't matter, even if after 7 years, because even if I had no crimes convicted, the chances of me getting a firearm license in Massachusetts is like 3%.
Right, as he explained earlier.
If they're that high, yeah.
If they, yeah, of course. I mean, you have to be going for a contracted security job, prior military, and you're renewing your license to engage in some sort of security job, or you're working in the private sector. There's not many citizens that are going out there unless they have a recommendation from like a local senator or representative. And
Sure.
But
it's a shame that politics have to take a play in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
I mean, you know, it sucks. You can't, like, these shootings and stuff that happen, like, you can't, like, these are awful, awful things, but it's not the lack of, because you have to look at it like this, like, one lost child is too much, the same as one falsely imprisoned person is too much. But when you look at it, school shootings, how much are there really? Like, it becomes such big news that we're like, oh my God, there were 2 school shootings this year. More children are shot outside of school each year than they are inside of a school.
That's right.
And they use this type of, I'm not going to say propaganda, it's real news, but they use this type of information to scare people. And, you know, those who would sacrifice essential liberty for temporary security deserve neither. We can stand firm in our rights. And like I said, I think that cops are important because when there's a real crime and there are real victims, you need to call somebody. I mean, we watched what happened when society devolved. We had the ability, post George Floyd, we had the control.
Right.
We had the power.
Right.
We had the ability to actually run things,
That's
and we had that chance to do something. And then people started busting into mom and pops, convenience stores and stealing their money. And it's we can govern ourselves. We certainly can't police ourselves because no one knows what to do with that freedom because we've mostly given it all away.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's why I try and tell people, like, always invoke your rights. Like, even if, if you're coming into Brookline, New Hampshire, and, chief asks you, hey, you got an ID? Because they can ask. And always say, listen, man, do you suspect me of committing a crime? Nope. I appreciate you asking. I'm going to decline it. And that's what I said to you. I say, I respectfully decline your request. I don't have to say, go F yourself. Right. You didn't say, give me an effing ID. If you had said that, we wouldn't be friends right now.
But anyway.
But they were nice. They're professional.
You're right. And we've had people do that.
Right.
We've had people say, and they'll come right out and say, I don't need to show you my ID.
Right.
You're absolutely right. Have a good day. I mean, it's all you can do.
I have a question for you guys since we're doing this tour. Do you have a police dog at this department?
We do not.
Darn it. I wanted to see the
we
puppy.
have such...
And let me tell you why we don't. It's so expensive.
I'm sure it
and
is.
We would have to dedicate a cruiser just for that.
No,
that
I
one
agree.
Purpose.
I agree. And I don't know if you really need one, but
we have 10 people here. Currently we have 8. One's out injured, and then we have a vacancy. So it's very tough to run 24-hour coverage, 7 days a week with only 8
don't
people.
we know it?
I'm covering patrol shifts. The lieutenant's covering patrol shifts.
Why don't you do the citizen patrol just for like the non-essential stuff, like to take reports and stuff like that? Is that...
See, so New Hampshire doesn't allow it.
Really?
Yeah. So you have to be a sworn police officer to answer any type of call for service.
Interesting.
And even we're actually considering bringing on an animal control officer because we get so many loose dog calls, and we really have more important things to worry about.
Right.
We've actually had people pick up. We had a lady pick up a dog that was laying on the side of the road here in Brookline, and she called from her work in Milford saying that she picked this dog up. While we're talking to her on the phone, the owner of the dog called and said, I think somebody stole my dog. It was laying at the end of my driveway.
Oh my God.
So the woman took the dog from the driveway that the dog lives at and drove to Milford to where she works because she didn't want the dog to get run over.
Well, I mean, that was nice of her.
So he's lucky to have picked it up. We have a Belgian Malinois and a German Shepherd.
Oh, no kidding.
There's not getting...
Don't like being picked up.
No, they don't like if
They
you're
love their
outside
family.
of... They're very highly trained also.
Yeah, good.
Like we sent them away.
Yeah.
The guy that actually trains the police dogs in California for that area did their training, and they're very, very cute.
Yeah.
They don't like...
They're very cute.
They don't like
Some
people
people look at them.
super...
So we actually have a guy that lives in town who is a police officer in a town in Massachusetts, and we signed a memorandum of understanding with his chief of police that we can use him and his K9
If you
at
need
any
to.
time.
Right.
At any time.
Oh, so he's active duty Massachusetts.
Active duty in a Massachusetts department, but he lives here in Brookline.
So should you need him, he can just... That's cool.
He's pretty much as his chief has told him that if we need him, we can call him direct. If he's on duty, he has to get clearance from his supervisor to come. But if he's off duty, he can make the decision whether he wants to leave his house and come out.
Which works too, because the canines stay with their handler. They live with their handler.
He's actually got 2 dogs. They're both shepherds.
Yeah, I like to look at the canines because I like to compare them with our dogs because ours is
Well, I got a
Shepherd.
little baby pig. I mean, she's a little bit older now. This is a couple months ago, but she's
German Shepherd, and then the other one's a German Shepherd Malinois mix.
Oh, beautiful dog.
Yeah, the other one's he's such a
I sent you the picture of you and him.
On Messenger.
Yeah.
I don't have any service.
That one's cute.
Let me see here. Oh, they're super cute. And he's like a big dope, which is crazy. Like, he's so much bigger than her. And you look at him, he's got the look of a Malinois, but the size and the muscle of like a huge German Shepherd. And you look at him and you're like, oh my God. And then he's just like...
mutant Malinois.
He's just
he's still a
an
puppy.
oaf.
I mean, he's not even a year yet. He'll be a year in November. So he's big.
I don't know where he sent these to me. These are on the Messenger there.
Let's see. Haha.
You got them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the 2 of them.
You can scroll through though.
Want to see? I'm bad they give me no room.
It's awesome.
Yeah, good dog.
It's awesome.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Can I do I've done it before, A lot of departments don't like to do it, not because of me, but because of bringing the actual camera. So it hasn't happened much. If you're open to a ride along, if not, I understand that the problem usually lies in the fact that if there's something so basically what I would be looking to do is just film my interactions with the police officer inside the vehicle, understanding that if there's a call for service, the camera goes off and I stay in the vehicle until it's completed, and then. But would you be willing to do something like that?
Ride-alongs all the time.
All right, perfect. Well, sometimes
some say yes, but without the camera. So that's why he's asking, could he?
No, I
do the
think
camera?
just you know the law.
Yeah.
You can't put the license plate number on
Right.
a vehicle that's stopped. Obviously, if they're young looking, you can't.
Right, underage.
Well, I'm not even talking about getting out of the car and
If
filming.
if you want to film the police officer that's driving the car and have casual conversation with them while you're running, I have no problem with that.
How the calls come through on a day-to-day.
Yeah, and then afterwards,
from that
but
perspective.
I'm not even talking about like sitting in the vehicle and shining the camera out the window. I mean, just like we're talking, we go to a call, he finishes his call, camera goes back on, like, unless of course it's like a sensitive issue involving a minor,
Right.
obviously no personal details. I understand the decorum, just something to engage the folks a little bit and show them what
because
it's like.
We've done plenty where we show up to the call and we record the interaction just with the camera without, like, obviously we say don't say anything. We've done that before, but we haven't done it from the perspective of inside the vehicle and see it from that point of view.
Oh, you mean from our perception?
Yeah,
Exactly.
from your
And it's
perception.
usually like no filming at all. I'm like, listen, I understand what goes on. Even when we don't go to medical calls or domestic calls, there's certain things, like we've set our own parameters that we don't go to because there's no educational value.
Right.
It's people going through the worst times of their life.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's always like no cameras at all. I'm like, we just want to talk and chat a little bit. Like no personal information. Like, so if we could set that up, I mean, that would be wonderful.
It's actually Sergeant Barnett who sets up all the ride-alongs. So, hey, Jack.
He might be
I hear somebody talking.
Yeah, I think he's talking with somebody.
Oh yeah, they're down the hall.
Hey, Doug, are you here?
No.
Okay.
Doug's not here.
He's in the cage.
No, he's legit. No, it's key.
Oh, he's not here? Okay. So give me one of Doug's cards.
I'll shoot him an email.
This is Sergeant Herview. You haven't had a chance to meet
Hey
him.
Sarge, how are you today? Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
You can either give Doug Barnett a call or email him at that address. I'll let him know that that's what you want to do.
Okay.
And I got no problem with that. We do ride-alongs all the time. Okay. And I think if you know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
We know what we're supposed to do. So it should work out pretty good.
Perfect.
There's no problem with that.
Excellent.
If you want to do daytime, nighttime, it's up to you. Whatever you want to set up.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
I mean, it really does. I mean, being outside isn't going to matter because I'm not going to get out of the car. Just kind of like show people from
They want to do a
our
ride-along.
side
We
of the
do
thing.
From our perspective, sitting in the cruiser, talking to the officer.
Yeah.
Not exiting, no filming the calls, not even like, so as soon as you get a call,
No showing plates on the car.
I'll shut the camera down.
The only thing is seeing
Yeah,
it, but
they just can't.
Well, because we filmed calls before, like on the other end of the. I mean, I'm sure you've been present where somebody's holding a camera during.
No.
You haven't? Oh,
Can't say that I have.
okay. Well, it does happen. Are they being
Knowingly.
sarcastic?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I've there was one call up here. There was a domestic going on. I didn't go to it because it was a domestic.
Yep.
We don't do domestics. We don't do ambulances. Normally response to fire. What else? No kids. We don't do kids.
Yeah.
Usually, just if we're driving something, we see it. We'll run
We
the
do.
scanner.
We do go to a lot of domestics.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Like,
What's the matter? Country music, booze, and guns. I mean, what could go wrong?
Life couldn't be any simpler.
Oh, sorry. You could throw it a
Life couldn't
pontoon.
be any simpler.
Throw it a fucking pontoon.
No, we do respond to a lot of domestics.
Yeah?
We do
Oh,
respond
Jesus.
to every medical call.
Yeah.
Right.
We provide security for the EMS staff. We pretty much stop a lot of cars. Our calls for service are. Some nights we'll just go from call to call to call, and then we'll go 5 nights without a call.
Yeah, you just don't
Small
know.
town America, you gotta love it. Gives you a chance to catch up.
I do, which is why I moved out of a huge city into a small town.
Yeah.
Way better.
It's
People
true, so did
people
I.
are better. It was the first time I did it. I walked to the road, and I wasn't even at the crosswalk. I was just near it, and there was a ton of traffic and cars on both sides. So I was like, I've been clean for like 5 years. I must be high. What is happening right now? And then I was like, maybe it's just something about me. and I went to Boston and I stepped in the middle of the street. I almost died. Oh yeah, I almost died.
Yeah, in Boston, even if the light says walk, you don't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you still look both ways.
Oh yeah, because somebody's coming. Somebody's
Yeah. Excellent. I will. I will. Perfect. I appreciate it, Chief. Excellent job. Nice to see you again.
Thanks for putting me in the cage.
Nice to see you again. Nice to meet you for the first time. Pleasure. Thanks for the hard work you do here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keith's former military as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Sniper in the mountains of Afghanistan.
Oh my God.
Oh, good. That's the best place to be a sniper. That's like duck hunting. I love it.
Well, I don't know if he would say the same.
Did you get any ducks? You didn't get any ducks. No ducks.
Oh, there weren't any ducks. What about deer?
Oh dear.
No deer.
No, now he can enjoy the duck hunting and the deer and right?
Yeah, I don't duck hunt, but just turkeys.
Turkeys.
You got turkeys. Yeah.
Well, usually there's some in the cage downstairs. We can't have the fence.
Well, I'm just saying it. We're not animals. That's all.
I don't normally agree with the cops ever, but I like cage
So we have to
better than fence.
Temporary detainment. So
Sweet.
Sweet.
should,
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
like
nice.
to call it a cage because they're human. The people we arrest are humans, and it gives it kind of an animalistic.
It does.
So we were going to call it the fence instead of putting them in the cage. We're going to throw them over the fence.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds funner.
So then he goes to simulation to arrest her. He says, "Let's go. You're going in the cage."
Yeah. So I agree. It should be called a cage.
Well, that's only because you're used to it being called a cage. You've been in one multiple times.
I have.
Right.
I have been.
That was my first time.
I've been arrested before.
That was my first time, and
So
I wasn't even
let me ask you this,
arrested.
with that ride-along idea you get, have you ever been in the front seat of a cruiser?
Yes.
We actually a few months ago. Well, I don't know about him, but
Barely.
a few months ago there was a.
The guy left the keys in the ignition. I took it for time. Just kidding.
No, a few months ago. Remember where was it at? It was at the Chief or one of the guys.
I was in. It
let
was in
us-
New Hampshire. It was really, really nice. We
he let us sit in the front.
he let us sit in the front. I just felt, like our folks don't usually see this. I want to show them so they can. Everything's very one-sided. Like I like to open people's minds and let them see everything. He was very cool. He let us sit in the front seat.
Driver's seat. In fact.
Driver's seat. Yeah.
I think the car was on.
We have a toucher truck event every year. And that's at our DPW garage. We have it on September 9th. We have fire trucks, the DPW trucks, police cruisers, and people get to climb through them and sit in them and play with the blue lights. Because
was
they
fun.
don't get to see it.
Right.
We were in Antioch. We did a big story on them, and like 9 of their cops wound up getting fired.
Antioch,
and
California.
checked out by the FBI, but they had like their little police dog, right? Like they're Belgian, and our German Shepherd is like way bigger. So they were flying the drone, and my dog hears it and sees it, and she just loses it. She's like, "Arr!" And the police dog ran and jumped in the back of the car. I was like, well, who the hell are we gonna save?
This is on Halloween, actually.
This is on Halloween.
Yeah, this is on Halloween, and the police dog hid in the
Ran
car,
right
and
back.
our
I was
dog
like,
was
what are you
like, I'm
doing?
gonna get that drone. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Yeah, you guys be safe.
You take care.
I'll reach out to Sarge. Give him a call. LT,
Yeah,
thanks
sure.
again.
Take care of that bear.
Yeah, don't leave him behind.
Okay.
He doesn't patrol anymore.
Okay.
He's retired.
You dust him off every now and then, right?
Well, let me ask you a question, LT. Shouldn't do this. To what does the bear identify? Is it a female bear, a male bear?
Oh, geez. He's an old school bear. He's an old
All right, all right.
He's an old school boy.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Take it easy. Wonderful. And guys, we didn't like call that in and let them know we were going to be here. We just stopped by because I wanted to see if that town manager, if they called and said we were out there, being pesky filmers. And I am just so impressed with this PD. You guys, listen, it happens. You find the unicorn where they do a good job, and when they do, you let them know. And that's the reason I stopped here today.